Diamond shining on me, my diamond shining on you. Athena Manoukian has won Armenia's Eurovision 2020 selection, Depi Evratesil, and I think we should talk about it. Are you ready? Let's do this!
Let's do this!
Yes, Depi Evratesil returned after a hiatus. The competition has taken place and Queen Athena Manoukian has come out on top.
Chains on you. I'ma put them boy chains on you. Chains on you. I'ma put them boy chains on you.
She, of course, is a Greek singer of Armenian descent. I believe her father is Greek-Armenian, whereas her mother is Greek. She's very international, very beautiful. People will remember her here in the UK from her appearance on The X Factor. She's been rumored for Eurovision for several years, and here she is. The song, it's very urban. This is a different flavor for the Eurovision Song Contest. If you look at the Spotify viral charts, Drake, Nipsey Hussle, this kind of R&B sound is often one of the top tracks in the world. It's often, on Spotify viral. I think she's tapping into broader trends. It's daring to do that at Eurovision, but she has time to polish this diamond, and I think the Armenian team will. And Tranig, you're Armenian. What do you think?
Yeah, I'm really happy because, first of all, it is something different for Eurovision, and that I think will stand out. Armenia have played it a little bit safe the last couple of years with these really typical Eurovision entries that didn't do so well. And Athena is obviously an incredible performer. We saw that with her live performance today. The song was good in the studio version, but it looks so much better on stage with the dancers, with her performance. I was a bit worried she might not be able to nail it vocally, but her vocals were very good. And quite frankly, it's a good package. It's nice to be taking a little bit of a risk, especially when the rest of the entries that were available to Armenia were not the best. And I think Athena really shone bright like a diamond tonight.
Absolutely. You may have seen our reaction video that me and my sister did. I think this was the only song we actually sat through for the entire time. It really was the only track I could see at Eurovision. It is a big risk because is Europe ready for this sound? Who knows? But I'm so glad they're taking that chance. I think that there are Armenian elements here. Armenia has a history of doing well when its songs have a little bit of an Armenian undertone, and certainly in the instrumental there is that Near Eastern sound, layered kind of beneath the R&B and hip-hop. Some people on wiwibloggs commented in the comment section that she's just speaking. She's performing. There's a big difference. She is singing, and she will only get stronger. I think for me, what really stood out was that she's improved so much since X Factor. The X Factor performance didn't work as well as this did. She was able to convey her attitude, her sass. Her beauty is always on show. She is a beautiful, beautiful woman, but I think she's starting to come into her own, and I know that the Armenian team is going to help take her even further.
Yeah, no, I definitely think that the improvements will come. There's still almost 3 months in which she can improve the performance. When her name was announced as one of the participants, I was expecting the song to be somewhere along the lines of, a Kele Kele, Apricot Stone, that sort of thing. And Armenia has done well with those sorts of entries, but it is always nice for them to take a risk. I think this is the most current an Armenian entry has sounded at the time of release. With the possible exception of Not Alone, which sounded very current at the time as well in 2014. But yeah, this definitely sounds like something that you could hear over the radio in New York City, in London, anywhere around the world. It sounds Armenian, but with that sort of mainstream appeal. And it's basically Athena going from strength to strength. She released EXO now almost 5 years or so ago, and her music has certainly evolved since then.
Yeah, what I love about this track is when people are tuning into Eurovision, they won't expect this genre, period. And they certainly won't expect this genre from Armenia. And so it's going to be a real slap in the face in a good way. I think they will polish the diamond. I think there are ways for them to make it a bit more musical. I think the biggest complaint that we're hearing is that maybe it's monotonous or maybe that it just kind of repeats. But I gotta say, the fact that it repeats is one of the reasons it's been stuck in my head ever since I heard it. I walk around London saying, diamonds shining on me, my diamonds shining on me. And I also love her message here. She talks about diamonds being gifts that we all have. Okay, someone's trying to bring you down. Let your diamonds shine on them. Reach your potential, pull out your talent, and your diamonds will shine on them. So she's like, my diamond shining on you, my diamond shining on me. It's a good message. I also think we have to point out Greece is in Armenia's semifinal at Eurovision this year. She's going to be collecting those points.
Yeah, definitely. Greece being there is a big help, especially because she obviously is Greek Armenian, and she has previously attempted to represent Greece at Junior Eurovision. So the Greeks will be somewhat familiar with her, and that could certainly help. I mean, we've seen it in the past with acts who come from one country representing another country, benefiting from that vote from the country that they're originally from. And I think that will be a big help, especially in this semi. She is also in the second half, which is in her favor. You could definitely see something like this towards the end of the show or potentially even closing the show. So, you know, I really think that Armenia are in with their best chance to qualify in the last 3 years, definitely.
Yeah, as you said earlier, this is the most current of the three songs, and indeed the most surprising. It is the most surprising. I think that it's a good surprise. I do understand why some people are put off, because some people are not into this type of music. I completely get that. But the fact is, if you look at the broader trends globally, this type of music is sweeping the airwaves. Like, I work on a news bulletin at the BBC, and we're forever talking about artists from this genre because they're always trending. It's like, on the one hand, you got K-pop, and then you've got folks like, you know, Drake, as I keep bringing up, and the guy who just quit music, what's his name? What's his name? Lil Pump. Let's quickly just talk about the competition. There were, I don't want to say fears, but there was a bit of buzz that Tokyo 9 might be the one to unseat Athena. He had won our poll on wiwibloggs. The song for me just did nothing. It was a bit generic and safe. I thought he had fun staging, though, with the aliens. Very Lena 2011.
Yeah, that's the vibe I got from this as well. A bit of Lena, a bit of Vika Saduchka. It was a bit chaotic, but it worked. I was a fan of the song to begin with. I had Athena and Tokyo 9 basically equal. I did put Tokyo 9 as my favorite on the Wee Wee jury. But with the live performances, Athena definitely elevated. The funny thing was that with the actual results, we had a lot of names that we weren't talking about at all who ended up finishing pretty well. It was, I think, Erna who came second in the end, which I completely had written that off as no chance. Vladimir came third and he won the televote, which is probably not surprising given his history winning Junior Eurovision. But yeah, Tokyo 9 only managed to finish, I think it was sixth in the end. So there were a lot of surprises with the results, but I'm glad that they did at least get the winner right.
Yeah, Vladimir's stage set was supposed to look like living room, but it didn't look like living room. It looked like an IKEA showroom, but like the one they have in their factory, like not for the shop. Anyway, in any case, that's what we think. What do you think? How do you rate Athena Manoukian's chances at Eurovision? Do you like her song? Do you see this as an automatic qualifier? And what would you change headed to Rotterdam? Let us know here on wiwibloggs.
And make sure to give this video a like and hit that subscribe button as you hopefully follow us along all the way to Rotterdam.
Yeah, we will see you later.
Bye.